Hey everybody, hope you're having a good afternoon. It's Tuesday afternoon and Elijah and I are heading back from Joplin. We had to run a few errands down there, went by and saw my dad. Let Elijah play with the Hot Wheels a little bit. He's getting a little sleepy back there. It's about his nap time, as you can see. So he may be dozing off during this video. But just wanted to put up another YouTube video on a question I had from one of my subscribers, which was what area of the lake or what part of the lake do you like to fish in the wintertime? And these videos that I'm doing here, you know, like these tip videos that people come in with, in the future I'm going to be doing a lot more detailed videos as far as once I get more familiar with how to use all the technology and how to do the editing and overlays. I'm going to put together a lot higher quality productions, but until now I'm really trying to get the subscriber base up, because once you get your subscriber base up to a certain point, YouTube allows you to do a lot more stuff with the platform. So I'm working on that. So that's, in the meantime, I'm going to put these more simpler videos across out like this. But anyway, back to the question, what part of the lake do I like to fish in the wintertime? And there's a couple different considerations that you have to think about here. It's all about water clarity and water temperature this time of year. And most of the time in the winter time of the year, you want to be in the, not necessarily the warmest water of the lake, but you want to be in some of the cleanest water, unless the water temperature is sort of abnormally warm. And this varies from where you go across the country, different parts of the country. But I'll just use Missouri as an example, and you can sort of modify it based upon the part of the country that you're in. Most of the time in the winter time, you're dealing with water temperatures in the 40s for the most part. And a lot of times the water tends to be low, and a lot of times that combination of those two factors will basically make the lower end of the lake better, because you have more of that type of water. You have more of the clean water. A lot of the times the fish are a little bit more active in that clean water when the water's in the 40s. The exception to that rule is like right now. You know, in Missouri, for example, our water temperatures, even though it's the winter time, they're a little bit warmer than normal, and the water's a little bit higher and a little bit dirtier than normal. So what that does is, he's fell asleep back there. What that does is that it'll put the fish, it'll scatter them out a little bit more. It puts some of the fish deep, some of the fish, you know, suspended in small wool packs, and some of the fish shallower. So the thing that I really want to focus in on that is, if you got water temperatures in the wintertime that are approaching and hitting that 50-degree mark, that's when you can start venturing like up into the lake, as far as a little bit farther up lake, where you lose some of your clarity. Not necessarily dirty water, but just say, for example, at Table Rock, if you go down the lake, you may have 5 foot of visibility, and if you go up some of the arms up the lake, you may have 2.5 foot of visibility. But what that'll happen is that water that is a little bit dirtier, those fish will become a little bit more active as that water temperature starts to push up close to 50 degrees. But for me, the most part, and the advice that I want to give you, is if you're fishing in the wintertime and the water is at its coldest point, and it could be in the 40s, low 40s here in Missouri, it could be in the 50s down south if you go farther south, but you want to be in that clearest water that you can find. Those fish are normally going to be a little bit more active than they're going to be in other parts of the lake. And just remember, as the winter progresses up and towards the pre-spawn, you know, when daylight hours get a little bit longer and the water temperature starts to get, you know, about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than it was at its coldest point, that's when you can start sort of moving up the lake a little bit. So anyway, I hope that helps out. And like I said, again, I appreciate everybody for subscribing. It means a lot to me that you do that. And I look forward to keep kicking these videos out and making a better product for you all the time. So thanks for subscribing, and we'll check in later. See you.